make a film about Mohamed Hadid and the deportation and the expulsion of Arabs from here.
Oh, yeah.
This
so
is a
we
very
should all
sad
live
story.
like brothers together.
And they used to live like brothers, then they kicked some of the brothers, unfortunately.
Well, one day we're going to get ourselves back to unity consciousness, and then we'll be okay. We're on the way. We're all awakening and learning. That's what the process is. Anyway.
You immigrated to here from?
America.
So one day you said to yourself, why on earth should I live in California? Why I can move either to San Antonio or to Safed? Let's move to Safed.
Yeah, because it's mystical here.
More mystical than San Antonio.
My soul is connected to here. I can't escape it. There's nothing to do with it in my soul.
Anyway, look, you see this place? This was the residency of Mohamed Hadid's father. Well, kind of. This is the Saraya. By the way, this clock, if it is of any resemblance to the clock tower in Jaffa, it's because they made the same design. The Turks were not so artistic. They had one design and they simply copied, like Chinese. Anyway, so this was the center of the government. And Mohamed Hadid, we are here to find his birthhouse. So, Mohamed Hadid's father, according to Muhammad at least, used to be working for the government. He used to be a chief officer here. And here somewhere was his office. He said, well, let's see what happens here. Last time I was here, it was, I don't know, 10 years ago, they offered me to join a ceramics class.
So yeah, there's nothing here, it's closed. But
they had
nice building.
Train station where? Bus station?
What up?
You're getting married?
Yeah.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
First or second? Or third?
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 Third.
Okay, maybe this time it will last forever.
Thank you, thank you.
You heard the Hebrew expression, Pam Shlishi Glida.
Oh man.
Yeah.
בהצלחה, מזל טוב!
Yes, thank you.
I'm amazed how people repeat the same errors again and again and again. I mean, it didn't work for him twice. And obviously, if he's stuck now with this idiotic African drum here in the center of this very unsuccessful tourist trap, then something is wrong in the way that he's handling his life. And he's continuing to make the same errors again and again. Jews, what can you expect of them?
It's hard to buy diapers with an African drum on the streets of Safed. Tell the people who Mohamed Hadid is in case they don't know.
Everybody knows who Mohamed Hadid was. Mohamed Hadid, the father of Gigi and Bella and Anwar. Mohamed Hadid, noble Arab family, lived here since the 18th century. He says that he's a descendant of Dar el-Omar, who conquered and kind of built the whole northern Galilee in the 18th century. Just see how ugly the Israeli buildings that the Israelis built here after 1948. Whatever you can say, it's the festival of ugly shutters and ugly architecture. Muhammad is a noble Arab family. They work for the British government that is here, and actually they are becoming unemployed because the Brits leave the country. All right? So their main residency is in Nazareth. They have a small summer house here because this is a summer touristic destination because of the height, and they didn't have air conditions back then, so they come here to cool off a bit in the summer months. They are giving their summer house to Jewish refugees from Poland, and they are living in Nazareth. April, May of 1948, Safed is conquered. Okay, Safed is conquered by the Israelis. Now, my father was a soldier, and his duty was actually to kick Arabs, or actually help them leave. Like he came to a family, he knocked on the door, and you have now 20 minutes to pack. You need extra 5 minutes, I will give you because I'm a good Israeli, I'm not a vicious war criminal, I'm just doing my job. So pack everything. If you need help with packing, I'm a good Israeli soldier, Palmachnik, I will help you to pack. He was really a good man, always doing his job. Not vicious, not cruel, he didn't kill, he just helped Arabs pack. Pack. Now the question is, where is Muhammad? Because Muhammad, back then, is not even born. He's born only in November, 6 November 1948. And he's born in Nazareth. Nazareth is conquered later. Nazareth is conquered in August, July, August, and they don't kick the Arabs from there. Why they don't kick the Arabs? Because my father was on holiday. So my father is on holiday, nobody's there to kick the Arabs. My father's specialty was kicking Arabs. My father is on holiday, so no kicking Arabs. Arabs in Nazareth stay. To this day, they still stay.
It's now the biggest Arab city in Israel.
Yes. Yeah. And now the story becomes complicated. Muhammad's family comes to see their house, and they see that nothing has remained. Why? Because the Jewish family tells them, now it's ours, pack. That's it, goodbye. You had to pack, actually. David Chetzroni was here to help you pack. You were not here, so we packed for you. Here are your luggage. Goodbye. And Mohammed goes to become a refugee. First he goes to Syria, then to Lebanon, and Tunisia, and somehow he ends up immigrating to the US. Actually, his father was working for Voice of America.
It sounds like the PLO, if he went from Lebanon, from Palestine to Lebanon to Tunisia. Where are you from?
From Lithuania.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And you decided to visit this country of all the countries in the world. You could go to Greece, you could go to Malta, you could go to Sardinia, but you chose to come to Israel and to this town from Lithuania.
אני גם מדברת עברית.
אז מה ליטאי בך, תגידי?
כן, אני מליטא, אבל אני מדברת עברית. אני למדתי.
אבל המבטא הוא רוסי, לא?
ליטאי.
По-русски тоже знаешь, да?
знаю.
поэтому был Советский Союз, Литания. זה היה חלק מברית המועצות, הם מדברים.
רגע, אבל את גרה בליטא היום?
כן.
איזה יופי לך, זה הישג בחיים.
You should also take a selfie with a celebrity if you're already taking selfies. He's famous.
She doesn't know me, I'm not famous enough in Lithuania. Arabs on Nazareth were not expelled. And nonetheless, he ends up in a refugee camp in Syria. Now, nobody goes to a refugee camp in Syria unless he has no alternative. So it means that at some point, they are being expelled. Somewhere around 48, 49, 50, they are being expelled. Why? I don't know. My suspicion, the family was too noble, too nationalistic, too high in rank, and they were thinking that they can be creating a riot, creating an anti-Israeli movement, and they probably were quietly expelling such families. Not only his family. This is my suspicion. What happened there, I don't know, but I'm sure of one thing. There is no way that the family came to a refugee camp in Syria out of their own will. Now, I have the picture here of the house. It should be here, and we'll simply find it. Here is a picture that Mohammed visited here in 2019. Since then, by the way, he's not allowed, he's a persona non grata in Israel, but he came here once and took the picture, and he published it in all the social media, and since then they are precluded from coming here. This is the building, and it should be in this square.
That's the numbers that are written.
Voila, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. From here, the modeling legend came.
זה פה, בית הזה.
כן.
כן.
ידעת את זה.
עכשיו, כל מיני ערבים היו פעם גרים.
כן, אבל זה האבא של גדולי הדוגמנות בעולם. בלה חדיד, ג'יג'י חדיד, אנואר חדיד. אנואר זה החבר של דואה ליפה.
זה ערבים מאוד רעים, אי אפשר היה פה לטייל בכלל. לא יודע מה אתם הבנתם. פעם זה היה רק ערבים. אנשים לא מטיילים, לא הולכים, אין תיירות, אין כלום. רק ערבים, אז אי אפשר ללכת.
רגע, אבל אם זה בסדר לגרש ערבים, בכל זאת הבית שלו, מגיע לו פיצוי.
הם ברחו.
אבא שלי גירש אותם. אני אומר לך, אבא שלי גירש. Look how amazingly, extremely ugly Israeli post-1948 architecture is. These are the Arab buildings. You saw Mohamed Hadid's house, you see this nice building here, and look what the Jews have built. Look, I mean, why? Why you have to be so tasteless? Why? I mean, you don't have style, so build something, you know, ordinary, just a cube. Don't build something so ugly. So ugly. I can't imagine.
Remember how we said earlier about people not really stealing here? Then here they have some clothes for women. It says here on the sign, give us 40 shekels, send it to Beat or Paybox, which are Israeli apps for transferring money. And yeah, that's how people do their shopping here out in the open.
So you see, this was like predominantly Arabic. In 1948 lived here less than 2,000 Jews, 12,000 Arabs. כן. תגיד, אתה ידעת שאתה נמצא מרחק של 100 מטר מהבית של מוחמד חדיד, בית ילדותו של מוחמד חדיד, איפה שנולד מוחמד, איפה שבלה, ג'יג'י, אנואר, כל אלה יכלו לגדול, זה הבית של מוחמד.
גם אבו מאזן היה גר פה. קפה
לא,
נפלציה.
כן, אנחנו רצינו קפה.
Isn't it closed though? Oh, you're opening it just for us?
כן.
אתה שותה חלב רגיל?
כן, תודה רבה.
מה זה? איזה מיקס שמאלני אתה, אמיר?
אתה צודק, אמרו לי כבר את זה. אתה מבין שמקום אתה שייך היה לערבים.
רגע, כל המדינה היה שייכת לערבים לפני לא יודע כמה שנים.
המסגד הזה כנראה לא
גם
מכרו
תל אביב
אותו.
שייכת לערבים אם אנחנו נלך לעבור.
לא באותה מידה.
לא משנה, אבל בכל אופן היום אנחנו פה, אז תסתכל. יש פה ציירים, פה אומנות, כל זה, כל הכוכים פה אומנות.
והכל זה כישלון תיירותי אחד גדול.
He gave us free coffee and baked goods. It's lovely being a celebrity here in Israel.
Totally. Not bad.
I like it. Yeah, good job. Nice place.
טעים! תודה. So, until 1948, this was the Arab quarter. 12,000 Arabs lived here. Happily, so nice. They all the time did only good renovation work. When you needed some cheap worker, you went to them and they did all the good work for you, of course, without receipt, without kvitum. They didn't hear about the invention of receipt. Here with Jews, they heard about the invention of the receipt, but they demanded very, very high prices. And then, 1948, all the Jews conquered this area. My father kids, has them pack, and since then, they give receipts, but the job is not exactly tip-top. These are the stairs that were the border, were distinguishing between the Arab quarter and the Jewish quarter. Because the truth is, let's be honest, the truth is that they didn't get along even back then. It's not that they had marvelous time together. No, they were all the time beating one another, killing one another. This was the Jewish military outpost in 1948 because it was the highest building here. From here, they were using cannons to shoot the Arab district. These are traces of bullets from 1948. You see, in the wall there, you see some holes. And this was, of course, the Jewish cemetery. But again, what bugs me is the fact that they kick 12,000 people without compensation, without, you know, look, Mohamed Hadid had, it's true that since then Mohamed Hadid did manage to acquire some more expensive properties, but still, the guy deserves to get some compensation. Come on, it was his building. And then you wonder why they hate us, If you kick 12,000 people, what do you expect their descendants? To like you, to worship you, to thank you? We are grateful for you, for that you kicked us. It's actually the same story to this day. Israelis don't understand why the Palestinians don't like them. Try to be a Palestinian for one day and see whether you're going to like your oppressor, your conqueror, the person who kicks you from your property. It's not natural to like, sorry. C'est la vie. That's it from Safed.